Welcome and thank you, my wonderful people. Here with us is Dr. Yusuf Datti, the running mate of Peter Obi. I have the opportunity to have him here right in our studio. All right, Mr. Yusuf, what do you have to say about the current happenings in Nigeria in regards to flooding? What is your take on this matter? All right, my wonderful people. Dr. Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed have said that he barely see foreign medics talk about flooding happening right in Nigeria. A Nigerian economist, politician, and Labour Party vice presidential nominee in the 2023 presidential election, Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed, has revealed that since Nigeria began to experience flooding this month, he has not seen any foreign media talking about it. Taken to his verified Twitter handle page, Yusuf Datti Ahmed lamented that if the flood were to happen in another country, you will see Nigerians emphasizing with them and even trending on Twitter. Earlier this month, Nigeria's National Emergency Management Agency warned of catastrophic flooding for states located along the coasts of Niger and Benue rivers, noting that three of Nigerian overflow rivers were expected to overflow. Nima said that the release of excess water from a dam is in a neighboring Cameroon and contributed to the flooding, while many parts of Nigeria are prone to yearly flood. Flooding in certain areas has been more severe than the last major flood in 2012. My fellow Nigerians, in his own words, as Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed said, when tragic things like flood happen in other countries, we sympathize with them, even trended on Twitter to create awareness. But when it is happening in Nigeria, right in our own very country, I barely see foreign medias talk about it. Nigerians are goof people at heart. We just have bad government. Alright, that has been the situation we find ourselves, Bossman. You don't see I'm now. That is where we find ourselves, you see. When it comes to things that concerns our country, you see our media aid not talking about it, but when it happens right on another country, you see people like news carrying it along. Alright, that has been onto this matter. Meanwhile, thousands of affected areas in Ogun State, over 4,885 households affected by flood in Ogun. Based on this matter, where we still discuss the National Emergency Management Agency, known as the NEMA, has said that at least over 4,885 households have been ravaged by the recent flood incident in Ogun State, just right in Ogun State alone. According to a report by Daily Post, in regard to what we have gathered in line with Daily Trust as well, the Director General of NEMA, Mustafa Ahmed, disclosed this in Abeokuta during the presentation of relief materials to the state government for distribution to the victims across the state. Ahmed, who was represented by the Director of Special Duties, Dr. Bandele Onimode, said the development had resulted in loss of lives, human displacement, loss of means of livelihood, and socio-economic dislocation. Okay, based on this matter, my wonderful people, we are just trying to get it right this time. The state government also had a few months ago warned the residents living in flood-prone communities to relocate as immediate as possible, given an assessment of the flood incident in the state. The NEMA DG said several houses were destroyed while cultivated lacatas of farmland were also submerged. On this note, Ahmed noted that several states of the Federation, including Ogun, had suffered widespread flood disaster in the past few weeks. According to him, the current global economic meltdown and pre-harvest flood on food storage had further exposed the vulnerability of the affected people. The Southwest Zonal Office of the NEMA has continuously worked with critical stakeholders and the relevant agencies of the state government to respond and conduct damage loss assessment to guide relief interventions to persons in need of support in the state. The result of the assessment indicated that 4,885 households were affected by the flood. Well, Ahmed said after the assessment report was submitted to the Supervising Ministry, the Supervising Ministry President Muhammad Buhari approved the release of 12,000 metric tons of affected grains from the National Strategic Reserve for distribution to the affected states. Alright, the items donated include 1,000 bags of rice, beans, maize, salt, vegetable oil, seasoning groups, tin, tomatoes, linen and meat, treated mosquitoes net, and bathing soups. Others were also guinea brocades, children's wear, women and men's wears, maize, sojourn and gari. Okay, my wonderful people, what got my attention here is high level of silence and silence by the media aides who have been creating mood in this regard. If it were or it happened in other countries, you see them calling and talking about it often and often, but this time around we barely see it on media, only on WhatsApp and some other locations individually carried the news. But this time the national television and national TV has very much about it, and they're not putting it in the national wide. That has been the matter where Datti Baba they talk to say this time around. Why is it that media, our people who are into media, our government, they are not talking about this? They are not putting it in the national television, in the national news, and this time they are keeping it mode. And that is the government we are saying, the government of President Muhammad Buhari, of which what is penetrating, what is eating it, or what is eating us up is something that we are crying, and government is keeping mute and claiming not to know what is happening. And that has been the area in Ogun State. Over 4,885 households affected by flood. It only takes the grace of God for us not to be taken. A lot of lives have been taken, even in Bayelsa State and some other areas. So location over and everywhere, people are really crying for this same matter where we talk. So, okay, my wonderful people, well, let me have your take on this matter. How has been the area you are? How is your location? Has there been any flood issues? Well, let me have your take right in the comment section, and remember to do well to subscribe and wait for more update coming right from this channel. Thank you and God bless you.